Hey everyone, this is Martin, and I am continuing the series of creating sustainable income. And before I get started on it, I want to have you, if you could, hit the subscribe button, the notification bell. And I'm not trying to sell you anything, but just wanted to get that out of the way. So anyway, this week I want to just cover one very short thing, and it really has to do with almost everything in life, but when it comes to any sort of creative income production of any kind, it really does apply to that equally as well. And it has to do with just getting out and doing something. And we can get so bogged down in analyzing things that we don't know, that we've never done before. And honestly, creating multiple sources of income is one of those things that very few people have ever really tried to tackle. And I'm up here in the garden, close to the road, so it's the day after Memorial Day, so there's a lot of traffic coming from the lake and going home, I'm guessing. So anyway, so a lot of people have never really tried to tackle something this new and different, which is, creating, finding ways to build up passive sources of income or multiple sources of income, because it doesn't really fit the paradigm of labor and income that most of us have had our entire lives. And so as you go through all of the videos in the series that we've made here, most of them are built around the idea of something that can create income, whether you're actively working on that or not. And I'll go back and say that when you're creating a passive source of income, or you're trying to create multiple sources of income, most of those things do take time to get started. A lot of times they take a lot of time that doesn't create any income to get them started. But then once you get them started, the income kind of rolls on autopilot, so you don't have to spend a lot of time on those. And those are the kind of things where you can stack up multiple things on top of each other that all create income, that you really don't have to do anything other than just monitor and manage a little bit. And so there's a lot of them in the series. Go back and look at the series if you want to see what some of those things are. And almost all of them are things that we either actively do ourselves right now or have done in the past. And we're always trying to bring new things in and maybe take things that aren't quite so productive and let them fall off, so that we can kind of keep a steady source of income coming from a lot of different directions to help keep us going on this place that we have here. And you can do that too. But the big challenge is, at some point you have to make a decision. I've got to pick one of these things, or two of these things, or a few of these things to try and find out what works for me. And not all of them are going to work. I mean, none of them are really guaranteed. A lot of it has to do with, the guarantee comes into how much time and effort am I willing to put into this myself in order to make this work for me. And I can tell you right now that of all of the things that I've taught people how to do, I mean, real estate investing is one of the bigger ones, but there's been a lot of other little things too. And the biggest majority of people will go into something thinking that it's going to be a magic flip a switch and it's going to start producing income. And there's nothing like that. I've never found anything like that. Most all of it is going to take you committing some time and effort into going in and trying something new and learning how it works, and apply some effort to get it going. And once it's like a wheel of momentum, and that you have to keep pushing and pushing and pushing. And then pretty soon the momentum starts to take over and you can just back off and it will just roll. And that's the kind of income sources that I'm talking about. And I'm not going to go into any single one of them today, because there's like 20 videos that I've made on how a lot of those things work. So just go back and look at some of those and pick something. But the key is, you've got to pick something, you've got to do something. And whether it's anything that I've put on any of my videos or something, my daughter is always bringing me things that, videos and stuff like that. She goes, well, what about this? And I said, maybe that works. I don't have the time or energy to try to figure it out. And I'm not going to take the time or energy to figure it out. I've got enough going for myself that I really don't need another one. And so there's things out there that I'll never even touch, that other people have figured out, that you can learn from them. But again, it comes down to you've got to pick something, you've got to do something, you've got to learn how to do it, you've got to apply yourself to it, you've got to get it started. And until all of that happens, none of the income is going to happen. So and I'm sorry to be blunt like that, but that's kind of the way it works. And so you really have to decide, get out of your comfort zone a little bit, pick something that you think will work for you, pick something that you're comfortable with a little bit, even though you got to learn it, and give it a try. And there's a lot of these things that don't take a big financial investment to get into and give a try. Now there's some that do, and I wouldn't necessarily just jump into something that takes a huge investment, because what happens if you kind of get tired of it and give up? You may end up losing that investment. So pick some of those ones that don't really require a big investment to get into, and give them a try. But find something, give it a try, give it a start, and you're never going to know if it's going to work for you until you put some effort and energy into it and give it a try. So anyway, that's what I want to share with you today. I'm probably going to suspend the weekly videos on this starting with this week. Just simply, I'm not sure that there's been that much of a interest in them. I know that some of you are, but for the most part, I'm not sure that it's been as productive as what I felt like it might have been. So I'll come in occasionally, and I'll probably do them on Wednesdays, but not every single Wednesday. We'll probably get shifted over to something else that we're kind of developing right now. And so anyway, if you found value in any of these videos within this series or this video, if you would, I appreciate the subscribe and the notification bell, and we'll see you next time. If you've enjoyed this video, give it a like and a share, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below and the notification bell. See you next time.